Like I said, should give the Ex Machina over towards Matatimo. Well, TP's back there, just at the bot lane. Number 2 between Nadeh versus the boys. We're now 1 game down. Nadeh, 1 game up. And I'm pretty sure this is the best of 2. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the best of 2. So let's see what adjustments the boys are going to be able to make for this next game to maybe just see what went wrong in that game number 1, how they can change things up, mix things around. They started off by banning the IO, so making sure it doesn't go into the hands of Delora again. But if they don't ban the Oracle, I'm pretty sure they banned Oracle. Yeah, because the squad's sat other way around now. So imagine if the Oracle now gets through, they're immediately going to pick it up and put that into the hands of Delora. Once again, it's one of his favoured position 5s. They've chosen to ban out the Winter Wyvern this time, as obviously it's just ridiculously good. I mean, it didn't have the hugest amount of impact in that previous game. Wasn't really the hero's fault. It's just sort of all over the place. Especially, the boys ban out the Mars instead, so Oracle incoming. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call Oracle. My big brain is telling me. They're thinking about it, so maybe they're not sure. Oh no, okay, they're actually going to go for the Ancient Apparition. Obviously, that was one of the heroes that got banned by them, I think. No, Nadeh last game banned the Mars and the Puck, and previously Nadeh banned the Oracle and the Ancient Apparition, I think. Did anyone ban Ancient Apparition? I'm not too sure. Even still, there's the first pick for them, and responded there by the Snapfire there for the boys. The Snapfire, obviously, always quite a nice hero. Has a high amount of damage with his ultimate, nice cheeky stun, and it can be quite flexible which role you want to put it in. Generally, you see it as like a 4/5. Sometimes you can see it put into a core role in the mid, if it has the right matchup or whatever sort of situation you want the rest of your squad to be. And it can work. They actually respond by taking the Phoenix with it. So maybe that's just sort of like a little bit of protection for the Phoenix itself by taking the Snapfire, getting rid of one of the hard counters, whilst also having the utility yourself. So that can work. Also makes this like a good bit of protection for the egg as it's going off. So that could work. Dragonite, though, was picked up there from Nadeh. One of the most sought after heroes in the Animajor. Pretty much always picked up, and you don't really see this as a mid here anymore. It's normally in the off lane now. It's sort of switched around a little bit. Can obviously still be mid, but it just tends to be where it is nowadays. We'll see what these next bans are going to tell us. But it's looking like the boys have grabbed both their supports, right? I mean, as I said, the Snapfire could be a core. I don't think anyone on their squad would play the Phoenix as a core. Pretty sure that's still going to be the support. I mean, some people like to roll it as a position 5. Generally, you see the Phoenix as a 4. I know people like Snufkin likes to play it as a 5, but obviously he's not in this game, so that doesn't mean jack. Even so, it could be there. I wonder if they're going to ban out the Luna again. Just make sure that Rabbit does not get the hero. I mean, he made it seem pretty damn strong, but it wasn't like... I don't know. I don't think it was like specifically the hero which made it strong. It was just how the lanes went for him that just gave the space of the Luna, turned her into a farming gob. And it just really seemed like there wasn't much they could do to stop her from progressing. I'm pretty sure she entered the game with 0 deaths as well. I didn't really look, but I think it was 0 deaths. Actually, the Slardar ban there from Nadeh as well. So just dropping a little bit towards the position 3. Which was Anthony, of course. Whenever you want a hero like dual stuns with the Snapfire. I mean, it all depends on which one of these two heroes is going to be the 4 and which one's going to be the 5. Like, we don't know, but they know. Well, they have some idea. They don't know. They don't know, but they have an idea. I imagine. Have to wait and see. I mean, I'd like the transition for the boys to have just a little bit more of like an active team, especially if if they're going to try and go for any sort of like super late game carry like a Medusa again. Like you need to have those heroes to make a lot of space. Like the idea was there with the Mirana and the Tiny to try and rotate around and find some pickoffs, but unfortunately they just couldn't quite find their openings. And maybe they, like I said a lot, with if they had a position 3 which liked to move around as well instead of the Underlord, then maybe that game could have gone a little bit differently. But I'm sure they thought about it and they're going to switch things up a little bit. So what's the Slok ban there from Nadeh as their final one? And it's the Lina, Ursa, and Nyx Assassin there from the boys. So again, just sort of breaching out with a lot of different roles, trying to cover their bases. Obviously, Nyx Assassin can be super goddamn annoying, especially if you manage to get into the back lines. You find that Phoenix before you can get that egg down. And then you get initiated on by the Phoenix, you get Ice Blast on top, and you're going to be spamming that R button as fast as you possibly can to see if you can get the egg off in time. But most likely it doesn't. And they've actually gone for the Faceless Void. And that's quite a nice combo there, but the egg always gives it a super good amount of protection, as you could just freeze the entire enemy squad, stop them from hitting that egg, guarantees it pops. That can really help turn teamfights around, especially in conjunction with the Snapfire. Just the Mortimer's Kiss is going to be raining down, doing tons of goddamn damage. So already I'm liking the team fight from the boys. It's feeling quite strong. It's feeling like they're covering a lot of bases already. The other two picks are just going to be butter at this point. I mean, they could, like, I don't know. I mean, you don't want to try and go all in. I was literally thinking about the Invoker, and then you'd also have the Cataclysm as well for the Chronos ultimate. But then you're sort of committing everything for the big synergy with the Faceless Void ultimate, right? They're putting all of their eggs into one basket. Unless they actually now go with the off-lane Tidehunter, right? So then you've got the Tidehunter Ravage to specifically set up for the Cataclysm combo. And then you've still got the utility of the Faceless Void Chronosphere in conjunction with the Egg to have like a second wave of teamfight. That would be absolutely incredible. Like that would feel pretty damn ridiculous. But obviously, if they do that, then they are 100%. They are 100% reliant on their big cooldowns. And maybe some custom icons for Twitter and YouTube. Oh, you have? Wow. Well, cheers, dude. Is it going to be... are they going to be as good as Nadeh's banner? Like, if they're not as good as that, then I don't know, man. They've got to be that good. That's some quality stuff. Okay. No, I will. I'll send you a link after this game, dude. Actually, you can just... If you're on the RD2L Discord, just search Blue Scale and just send me a message on there. You better find me that way, rather than me having to alt tab out and do stuff. But there was the Wraith King picked up there from Nadeh, and I actually think that's a really good pickup there in response to this overwhelming team fight from the boys. Because if you could just use that first life to soak up all of the big ultimates, the Chrono, the Morm's Kisses, the Cataclysm, everything on top, if you can take all of those your first life, and then you come back, and then what do the boys have? Nothing. They don't have any sort of way to really respond in the team fight after they've blown everything on that. Which is why, actually, maybe that could be a reason more to go for the Tidehunter right now. To have those two different waves of team fight. Use the first team fight to get rid of the first life of the Wraith King. And then the second one comes into fruition and takes him out for his second life. I do quite like the idea. Obviously, the boys could have a completely different idea about what they want to do. So we'll have to wait and see. But it's the Shadow Fiend pickup there from Nadeh. So that's going to be the hero for Hexen. I do believe that's one of his favoured heroes as well. So it could be pretty good. We'll see how the lanes end up going. But so does this final pickup here from the boys. And this draft has been super quick, by the way. Like, both teams haven't really done that much with their reserve time. The boys have used it a little bit more, but even still, not exactly as huge as effect in the world, is it? So we'll see what their final pickup is going to be. Bounce your body. Now playing 80s Fitness. It does sound very 80s, this song. We'll stick with it, boys. We'll stick with the song. But anyway, I mean, yeah. I know it is, if they do go with this Tide, it's going to be hugely reliant on those cooldowns, but I think that's the staggering. It could work. It could work. Send me the request. Awesome. I'll accept it after this game, boy. Don't you worry. I won't forget about it. I gotcha. Wait, what other sort of position 3 could they actually pick up, though, for Anthony in the side lanes? I mean, they still need some sort of tank to make some front line. I mean, they could go for the Timbersaw, because then you could still, like, chuck the Chakram into the Chrono, deal some damage that way. But obviously, it feels kind of rough. Timbersaw up against the Grimstroke. The silence plus the leash mechanic really hinders his maneuverability in the fights. Plus the magic damage is coming out from the Shadow Fiend. I don't know. I'm feeling tired. I think they should go for it. All in. All in. They go for the Centaur. That's fair enough, you know. That gives them the opportunity to disengage as well from the fights if they don't quite initiate and they go as well as they would like to. So, yeah, that makes sense. I can respect that. So, I mean, yeah, just the sheer team fight coming out of the boys is ridiculous, right? Ridiculous. But, as a result, as I was saying before, they are heavily relying on those cooldowns. So, as soon as that fight's gone, Nadeh is just going to be looking to go for another engagement immediately, especially with the Wraith King just being able to soak up that first initial team fight with life number 1. But obviously, we'll see. If they could just melt down the rest of the squad around the Wraith King, then it won't really matter. You know, take out the Ancient Apparition, you take out the Grim, even the Shadow Fiend, because he, you know, at the early, mid parts of the game, he's still a pretty squishy hero, so it doesn't take a huge amount of effort to take him down. Especially with Chrono Sunstrike or Chrono Worm's Kisses. That'll definitely be enough to take him out. So I think if the boys have, I don't know, maybe they just work a little bit more of a team in this next game, I can see them taking this one. I can see them winning it, but it's not going to be an easy one. Because even so, you've got the position 3 Dragonite as well, the super tanky core just making so much space for your backlines. It's going to be very, very difficult to deal with. But it's possible. Anything is possible, especially if the lanes go a little bit better from this time. Your guess is as good as mine, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
In strength is
What just happened?
But here we are, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for game number 2 between Nadeh versus the boys for the RD2L Season 23, week number 1, Sunday of Division. Them giga-long titles, yo, but we roll with them. Obviously, Nadeh 1 game up. This is a best of 2, so it's not like it's, you know, the end of the world. You just want to get as many points as you can, as early as you can, just to make you guys, you and your squad a little bit more comfortable moving in for the rest of the tournament. But it doesn't look like either team is going to set up for any sort of early fight. They're all just sort of splitting up all over. Just going to be an even 2 for 2. Why snap? Why indeed? Well, I say that, but the boys have actually set up. Going to make a 4-man movement over the river, but there is not a single member of Nadeh in this vicinity. Mind you, exactly the same move just coming out through from Nadeh squad. So yeah, just going to be a straight 2-2. Although, look alive. He's going to try to wrap around here. He's gone through the vision though, so they're going to realise he's moving up on top of this high ground. But no one's actually going to come over to try and take him down with this first blood. I thought maybe they might have like focused a few of their heroes. You know, if you have the Inkswell from and then Dragon Tail on top, damage from the Shadow Fiend, I feel like they probably could have got that kill if they actually committed to it, but maybe still they decide not to. We'll see how this mid lane's going to go up. Tides up against Hexen. I'm not sure super how this lane matchup goes. I think just like the way this the new patch with the water runes has gone, the Invoker is slightly worse in the laning phase because he normally likes to sort of whittle the other person down and just win through regen alone. Because obviously the Quas just giving you that natural HP regen increase really allows you to sustain the lane super damn well. But even still, he can be good. As long as this Tides is on it. And he beasts the lane as best as he can. And both guys just body blocking up the camps. Because even though the Anduin had already put his sentry ward down, it's a really smart move to fake that out. So you won't get a D-ward. But meanwhile, Delora actually gets picked off down bot lane. Anthony and Matatimo picking him off. And gaining that first blood. Obviously, he is just a poor little squishy ancient apparition. There's not much he can really do if he gets gone on. Especially if it's like a level 1 hoof stomp as well. Harsh life with Delora. Hey, it happens. Especially as a position 5, you've got to expect these things to go down. Just got to be really, really careful about where you are in your positioning. Already though, Baby Rabbit right at the top of this CS chart. Like, he's only really missed a couple of creeps in this. Not able to get the creep. I thought maybe... Oh, you know, he's got... I thought maybe we would just chuck the Wraith Blast onto the creep to secure it, but... Got that Vampiric Spirit and the Mortal Strike already online. Probably a little bit better as well, just to help sustain in lane. Tides able to grab the Water Rune down the bot lane. Hexen going to be able to secure the top one. I'm sure he would normally love to wait for the courier to drop it off to pick up his ball. Actually, not that you need it. He's full HP, full mana already. So it would have just been a waste of time sat there for the courier to deliver his bottle at long last. But even still, actually pretty big rift already appearing here. 13 and 2 to Hexen. And Tides is still only starting 6 to 1. Obviously, he does have another creep wave coming in. So I'm sure once he picks up all of these, the score won't look too bad. Yeah, 13 and 2 to 10 and 1. Yeah, it's not terrible. Meanwhile, this is the benefit though of the Shadow Fiend. You just flash farm these small camps so damn easy with the raises that it really, really helps you just build up your farming speed. Actually, down bottom, again, Baby Rabbit this time. He actually drops by the tier 1 tower. Anthony Matatimo just getting so damn aggressive. Able to take him down. And it feels like this lane's just starting to get really damn scary, but this is 100% a better start to the game than what the boys had in game number 1. Let's just see if they can keep it up, though. That is the big question. So Matatimo actually running all the way back to the base, just wants to regen up his mana. Rather than going for the traditional sacrifice yourself to the creeps. Because Hexen is getting so damn aggressive, just charging at Tides. Obviously, if he had full mana, he probably would have just committed all those raises. Level 3 might have been enough damage to take down Tides already, which would have been very devastating. Also, on camera mode as well. Standard stuff. He's still look alive. 16 and 2, third in CS. Pretty much tying with Baby Rabbit at the moment. So it's not going too badly. But even still, there's not a huge amount they could do to this pair and Don and Anduin. Just so goddamn tanky, the Dragon Knight. 2 points into the Dragon's Blood already. Trying to stand toe-to-toe there with Look Alive. The Inkswell comes out, but obviously it's very difficult to get that grab onto a Faceless Void. And we'll see what sort of skill prioritization Don goes with. Like nowadays with the current meta off-lane Dragon Knights, you see people spamming points into Dragon Tail. It's like normally the spell that you max out first. Like you put 2, maybe 3 points into Dragon's Blood if your lane requires it, but I don't think this one does. Like he's been pretty healthy with just 2 points into it. Still got all of his tangos pretty much. So maybe he will now just start maxing out Dragon Tail. Which makes sense. So, how's this bot lane going? Baby Rabbit, half HP. Looks like Anthony, and Matatimo just waiting for the next engagement. God damn it, I look away, and up top, AC actually ends up dying underneath the tier 1 tower. Look alive, getting lucky with a few of these bashes, but Don's going to turn around here. No sort of mana to do any other sort of move. Tom walk up in just 1 second. He's going to get it in time. He's not. He ends up just getting right-click down from Don. Gets him his double kill. Tides even makes a rotation around, but the Tornado EMP misses. They don't find anything. At least down bottom, they're able to get the kill onto Delora. Baby Rabbit as well, maybe. He's actually going to carry and go aggressive charge onto Matatimo, but the Fire Spirits are there. They slow his attack rate down. He can't find it, and he drops down again. So at least this off lane for the boys is going pretty damn nicely. Already, well, all of their kills down here. Just completely dominating this lane. Look Alive's not being harassed out too much, but even still, Top lane's just slightly in the favour of Nadeh's squad at the moment, but that rotation there from Tides was probably very, very costly, taking him away from the lane for a fair amount of time. And yeah, Hexen just passed his level 7. Meanwhile, Tides is still about halfway towards his. Tornado EMP, just try and burn what mana is left for Hexen. Tried to go there with the illusion dodge, but unfortunately just slightly too early. Was definitely a good attempt. Actually, I missed that up top. Looking like dies again. I was not expecting him to die this soon. What's the skill levels that Andrin's gone for? Yeah, 2 points silence, 2 points into Inkswell. So you start up the Inkswell, you stun with the Dragon Tail, you're ploughing into him, and then as soon as that last stun wears off the Inkswell, you then chuck the Phantoms of Brace on top. There is just nowhere that the Faceless Void can go. Maybe AC just needs to save the Lil Shredder to just focus onto the Phantom as soon as it appears, purge it off, and maybe he can get out of there in time. Even still, even if he survives that situation, he's going to be so goddamn low HP. The Time Walk obviously not going to be able to regain all of it. And again, another nice little EMP played there from Tides to take away all of the mana from Hexen. And that's got to feel really damn rough for a Shadow Fiend. Like, 100% relies on his mana pool at the early parts of the game. It's just slow whittling down there from Tides. Definitely keeping this as close as he can, but even still, is 20 CS separating the two of them. Obviously, quite a few of these are just the small creeps that Hexen keeps farming up. Net worth-wise, there's only 100 gold separating the two of them. Yeah, 100 gold. So, really, these charts don't mean that much at all. Actually, down bottom, Delora, he did get himself denied to the creeps, which is a pretty damn good read. They're trying to charge through with Baby Rabbit. The rotation here from Andrew, they're going to focus down onto Matatimo. He's getting pretty low. Anthony's coming in here, though, puts the stomp down, just connect onto the one of them. He's getting pretty low himself. The rotation here from Tides, trying to find this pick onto Baby Rabbit. Isn't going to be enough damage to get him down. He gets caught by one more hit, and the return damage, or the Tides gets the final grab there, takes him down. And now Andrew needs to try and run away. I don't think he's going to be able to survive, though. Just these right clicks and one more use of the final right click from Matatimo takes him down as well. So another 2 kills at this bottom lane from the boys. And they're not done yet. They're going to use the Stampede, charging forwards. Tides is still hanging around. They're going to focus onto Delora. He gets taken down as well. And he had just TP'd down to this bot lane as well to help out. So he's going to have to do a slow walk back to whatever lane he wants to, but without any boots. So he's going to be at it for a very, very long time. Again, and up top, I missed that, but Don goes down this time. Immediately, as soon as Tides was done, he TP's up there as well, finds another kill for his squad, just making space after space. Just fantastic moves from this Invoker, and it's exactly what he needs to be doing. Like, you don't just want to sit in the mid, just farming up, protecting your own game. Dota is a 5v5 game. It's teamwork. It's all about boosting each other up. And that's exactly what he's doing, and it's working beautifully. Meanwhile, Hexen just doing classic Shadow Fiend things, working his own game. Actually, I say that. He's made his rotation down towards the bot, finds the triple raise combo there onto Anthony, and they take him down. So it's his first rotation, and at long last, the Centaur goes down, giving Baby Rabbit a little bit of breath. And he's 0-3-1 now. Not quite the initial score that he would have liked, for sure. Even still, it's not too bad. Meanwhile, though, Andrew, he gets caught up top, tried to snatch that bounty rune. Unfortunately, just could not get there fast enough. And he does still die. They're still just actually hanging around in 3. Just Tides is not falling back to this mid lane. He is just keeping his moves so aggressive. Just hunting for kill after kill after kill. Not going to find Don this time. He was just playing super defensive in the trees. We'll at long last head back to the mid lane. Little cheeky deny there from Delora onto the wave. But actually the dive forward there, Matatimo, the Requiem gets popped from Hexen, seeing the dive forward. He's going to drop down the, drop it down. Hexen, he tries to go close for the kill, but Tides is there, holding in place with the cold snap. The egg's going to pop down the top. He's got no mana. He's got no HP. He's going to tick down to the Fire Spirits and the Urn of Shadows. They find the kill. The Sunstrike not on the mark. They're going to dodge it there from Delora. They're going to find the kill, but a lot of TP rotation. They're going to focus down on this Invoker. He's got the Ghost Walk. He's going to pop it, and he's going to escape. There's just no detection on this squad this early on. And Tides will just be able to walk it off. They managed to get the pick off onto Matatimo at least. They find a kill, but even still, the damage is done. They got that high priority grab there onto the Shadow Fiend, which is absolutely fantastic. So Tides is just really showing up this game. Really, really showing up. I mean, he hasn't even gone back to base. He's super low HP. He's going to carry on playing aggressively. Going to work on to Baby Rabbit with the help of Anthony. They will decide to fall back now. The EMP's drop. It's going to make the space and force Baby Rabbit to fall back. But still, Tides is just so damn aggressive. Chucking the tornado out. Not sure what else they could do. The Coldfield on Anthony. The stun not going to come out on time there for Baby Rabbit to keep him locked in. The tower still falls. They're going to turn around. They get the double edge there. The first life onto Baby Rabbit. But obviously, he's going to come straight back. Kills Anthony. Going to focus on Tides. He's going to juke around for the trees. Puts down the Iron Branch to make a little bit of space. Jukes him for now. And it is actually going to be enough to keep him out. The Baby Rabbit's still here. Tight. Again, he's turned around. Going to pop down the cold sleep. Out comes Wolver's Kiss on top. We're going to focus out to Baby Rabbit. It's a lot of damn damage. In comes the Soulbind though. And the Chronosphere. Look, I've made his first rotation. Focus onto Baby Rabbit. Takes him down. Now he needs to retreat as Don's here as well. It looks like AC will still fall. But even still, Look Alive finding that high priority kill onto Look Alive. Sorry, not Look Alive. Baby Rabbit. It cost him a couple, and that high priority kill of Invoker as well. There's so much action happening across the map. 20 kills in 12 minutes in. And it's not even done yet. And again, another jump forwards there from Matatimo. Drag-Tail there from Don just to make the space. But Stampede, they want to try and take this kill, and they want to take it now. The Inkswell's there. The egg even gets committed off to the side. Don's going to go for it. I don't think he has enough right clicks. He will try and turn around. He will just about manage to evade the stun radius. Andrew even goes for the intelligent TP out. Avoids the gank. Hexen. He sees Look Alive with this ward. But he's just a little bit too scared about where he wants to go. I think they actually spotted him as well. So he decides not to go for it. Despite having this pretty early Yule Scepter. And he's only about 800 gold away from having a Blink Dagger online as well. And then he's going to be really hunting for kills, just non-stop. Every single time Requiem's up, someone's going to be going down. So it's just Mask of Madness so far online for Look Alive. Got the Yasha queued up as his next item. I imagine that it's probably going to be a Manta style rather than the S&Y. The Manta style just to purge off the silence move from the Grim. Actually, in the mid, the jump forwards here from the Don, trying to engage here onto Anthony. Warm's Kisses on top. The Soulbind goes off onto just the Invoker. Not going to be able to find anything. Don just burns down all the armor from Dragon's Blood, not doing anything against all that magical damage. And he falls pretty damn easily. He's up in 20 seconds, so it doesn't... Probably not going to be any sort of other objective from that the boys are going to be able to get from this. But this game too just feels so much better for him. You can tell that this lineup, like this hero composition they've got, just feels a lot more comfortable to him. Oh, they can charge forward onto Bebre. Looking like he sees him, but not in time to get the right-click bash to hold him in place. So they got his courier. Was that his courier? Yeah, they found his courier though. He's got the kill. Well, actually, looks like they found somebody else. Don charging forward. He's got the dragon form. They will find the kill onto AC, but that is going to be it. Look like still positioned very aggressively. Thought they were going to try and go for something else. It's a very difficult kill to get. But now they're going to make a move on to Baby Rabbit, but his ultimate's just come off cooldown. But even still, this burn damage is going to be enough to find that first life. Now Andrew coming in from the side. No Soulbind left on side. The stun there with the egg immediately on top. They're going to try and turn this fight around. The stun there from Don off the side, trying to get the kill onto Tides. The egg pop there. It's going to keep him alive for now, but the the Stroke of Fate's going to be enough damage to take him down. Anthony's trying to crawl away. Baby Rabbit's getting pretty low as well. Matatimo's turn rate is not fast enough to get the kill. Looks like they're with the Ice Blast though. They're going to try and get the kill onto the Centaur. They do find it. Baby Rabbit actually able to get out there as well. And now Matatimo, he's going to get gone on. The Inkswell's enough just to blow him up. Double kill for Anduin. So 3 deaths there from the boys. Not finding any kills in return. Fantastic little moves there from Nadeh. And Exa wasn't even there for that. I think, yeah, he must have just TP'd up to the top. He's like, sorry boys, I'm just going to carry on farming. You got this. You don't need me. Just slowly pushing the lane. No tights. Ooh. The Cyclone just slightly too late. Not going to be able to fight it. And now they're Andrew coming in with the With the Phantom's Embrace, they're not going to try and go for it though. With the Ice Blast. And just slightly off the mark. Hex just TP's out. He's like, I don't need to waste any more time. And he's actually going to get the blink forward. He's going to get the connection here onto Look Alive. He's able to get the blink off just in time, but he's stuck into the trees, just walking in. The raise is actually going to be enough to take him down. The Mormon's Kisses there from Icy just coming in way too late to make any sort of difference. Not that they would have made any difference to begin with. As a Look Alive was 100% looking dead. So it is really just all on Hexen at the early stages here for Nadeh to make the space. I mean, actually, looking at the goal chart, despite the fact that the boys feel like they're doing really damn well and they're performing so much better this game, the gold is still quite heavily in the favour of Nadeh. Well, I say heavily, 3,000 gold at basically 17 minutes. It's not terrible. But, yeah, it's pretty good. It's a good lead to have. Ooh. Baby Rabbit. Or they're on the high ground. They do spot him, and he still doesn't have his ultimate for 68 seconds. They're going to see him fire up the creep. Stampede's there, going to charge forward. The EMP immediately, but Don gets on the jump with the Soul on the top, and in comes the Ice Blast as well. Going to catch onto two of them. Baby Rabbit still able to just walk himself out there. The Egg's not going to be able to find the grab. AC also dies. The Chronosphere gets drops from looking over the backlines, finds the kill onto Andrew, and 5 kill streak as well as taking out Delora. Tides, though, gets soloed down from Don. Just no support from the rest of the squad. They're going to try and focus down now onto the Dragon Knight. He's getting pretty low. Nice Ink Spell, trying to make some space. Hexen's finally here, but not going to be enough. He still ends up dropping down. The buyback as well from Anduin. But his TP, I think, was still on cooldown. So he just could not get to that fight fast enough. I mean, that was very, very close to Look Alive. Baby Rabbit, sorry, going down as well. Just survived barely. I think if he went down there, it would have been a completely different story. So Look Alive just trying to build into this man's style. He's about 1,100 gold away. You know, Anthony just casually sieging the tier 1 tower there with the return damage. Don't really have to commit whatsoever to let the tower beat into you, especially seems how tier 1s do pretty minimal damage at this point in the game. There's a few TP rotations though. It looks like the side of Nadeh, they want to try and defend this. Ink's all there from Don, blinking into the backlines, find the initiation on Acer, but nice tornado there from Dides, trying to make some space. Hexen's in the back, they're going to try and find the combo here, but it doesn't matter, he's stunned, he's holding place, can't find the Requiem onto Matadine, but he keeps trying to pump it, too many stuns, he's going to get off, he does at long last, still able to survive, just barely, and there might be enough to get him just to walk out there. Another jump forwards there from Don with the Inks on top, the Dragon Tail, the Mormon's Kisses, is going to be enough damage to keep him alive. Tides, it's not, one final right click, they take him down. Anthony getting the stun onto Delora. Is it going to be enough there with the Sunray, with the double edge as well? Takes him down. Hexen charging forwards, wants to try and find the backlines. Is he barely able to survive? The Soulbind as well catches onto Mato Timo. Even able to find Icy there in the backlines. It's just the Centaur left. He's still pretty healthy though, and I don't think the rest of the squad have any sort of utility left. They got no mana, very little HP between the two cores. But even still, they find 3 kills, only losing the Ancient Apparition as well. Fantastic little turn of events there for Nadeh. I mean, luckily Look Alive was still farming up, but so is Baby Rabbit. And he's pretty damn close to having his S and Y now. Only the recipe away. About 400 gold or so. So I mean, it started off pretty well for the boys. I mean, the laning phase was a little bit iffy, but as soon as that laning phase sort of ended, just the amount of rotations that Tides was making, he was creating so much space for the rest of the squad. But unfortunately, it feels like they've just sort of lost a bit of momentum right now. Like, Nadeh have just come back into it and able to claim quite a lot of these fights and coming out on top. But I mean, they are quite a large cooldown orientated team. And I imagine Tides, he's probably going to build Aghanim Scepter next, right? Like, he's still going for this Hand of Midas. It's relatively late, 20 minutes in. It's not the quickest Hand of Midas in the world, but, I mean, he is bottom in terms of the cores. He did get screwed over quite hard in the lane, and where he was rotating around quite a lot, he was sacrificing his own farm just to help the rest of his squad out, so it makes sense. And it looks like they're going to go for some sort of smoke play now as soon as these catapults dead. Or not. Okay, no, just the form in the back lines do smoke. I think that ward might have just caught the edge of that smoke, though. I'm not too sure. So maybe Nadeh have the information that this is going on. Anthony just finishes up their tier 1 tower. It looks like the rest of Nadeh there. They're all pushing the tier 1 tower up their own. Oh, the credits for actually gets committed with the Sunstrike on top. They focus down on Hex. Enough damage. It is. They actually take him down. The Ice Blast will be coming too late. The stun there from the Don, but the Inkswell on top is going to have damage to get the kill. To look like he gets the purge, but it doesn't matter. He still ends up dropping down. The egg off to the side. Not close enough to get the connection onto anybody else. Looks like Dolores probably going to drop there with the Mortimer's Kisses. And Don just going for the safe TP out there after stun onto Tides. He is away. So they lose 3 heroes. Hexen with the 2 supports. They get the kill onto Look Alive. But that is definitely a trade favouring the boys this time around. And those are the sort of moves they need to keep on making. And immediately actual another smoke here from AC and Anthony. I'm not quite sure what they're going to be able to find. The only 2 people left alive are the Wraith King and the Dragon Knight. And neither of these 2 guys have the utility to kill either one of those heroes. And Donno's pretty close to the mid though. Maybe they're going to think about jumping onto him. Yep, jump forward from Anthony. Ooh, nice reaction there though from Don. Just slips away from that stomp. And that is the only downside of having a Centaur as your main initiation. It does give you that brief window where you can react to the stomp. Because it is like half a second cast time, something like that, 0.7 seconds. So it doesn't sound like a lot of time. But in a game of inches, that is 100% a massive amount of space. Still, Baby Rabbit's has been happily farming away for quite a long time. Actually, I thought he would have finished up his S and Y by now, but he is now finished it. So definitely going to be able to take some team fights with the rest of his squad now. Got the armlet as well as an S and Y online. Going to be very, very difficult kill to find. Oh, meanwhile, Stampede used. It looks like they found the grab onto Hex, and he's going to try and pop this Requiem. But again, another stun there for the Cookie. The nice control there. Not stacking their stuns whatsoever. And they do find that kill. You know what? They're going to try and go for a re-engage here with the Inkswell. The jump force there from Don. Nice soulbind onto 2 of them. Matatibo is keeping them healed up there though. With the Mormon's Kiss on top. Don, he's just burning down. There's too much mad damage. He's going to finally pop that BKB. Tides, he's underneath the Sentry Wall. He's not going to have any sort of respite. He will still die. The rest of the supports though, not going to be so lucky. Matatibo, when the egg pops, it's going to be enough to control up Don. Even Look Alive. 1 tap's all he needed to finish off the kill. They take him down. Anti though, on the retreat. Baby Rabbit just hits him down with that 1 crit. And he's on the hunt for more. AC now getting focused up. Roller Datos is going to try and make a little bit of space. And Look Alive is here as well. The Ice Blast. Not going to be enough to connect onto AC. We still got the effect. 1 more crit from Baby Rabbit. Takes him down. It's just a 1 versus 2 situation. A buyback actually here from Delora. They want to try and turn this situation around. Matsutima though is getting pretty low. Baby Rabbit's just completely ignoring Look Alive. Just charge at this Phoenix. It looks like his first life will finally go down. And there is a Chronosphere left. And Matsutima, he just dies to all the skeletons. 2 down much. All the TP. Hexen. The illusions, they actually swapped targets on the skeletons. Allowed Hexen to complete that TP. Not that it really had that much of an impact, but even still. Look, he's actually going to drop the ultimate here. Tides, he's going to put the Alacrity on top. It's actually enough damage to take him down. Just nobody on the side of Nadeh was anywhere nearby to lend a helping hand. That's a pretty free kill. Big chunk of gold, actually. 618 gold. Straight into the pockets of Look Alive. He's actually going for the Agnum Scepter. That's the... Yeah, applies time lock prop. That's pretty damn good. I'm not sure if I've seen it rush this... Well, I wouldn't say it's a rush, actually. Mask of Madness into the Manta. I suppose it's 3rd item. That makes sense. So when he finds that online, it's going to be even more control actually for a Hexen when he keeps trying to go for the Requiem pumps. But it's just another stun, just guaranteed land on top of him. Does it? I imagine it would pierce Magic Immunity. Because Time Lock pierces Magic Immunity. So yeah, I imagine it would. Just proc that as well. Hexen, it looks like he has actually got a BKB finished up, recipe coming out on the courier now. Which will definitely help keep him alive a little bit. Baby Rabbit, down bomb. Just A couple of spells getting tossed out from Tides. Not really committing too much, but actually, so we're committing. Going to go for a jump here now on to Look Alive, and they take him down. 3 kill streak, 500 gold. Just a nice battle combo. Don't even pop at the BKB just to guarantee that that hero goes down. Because you don't want to jump in and then get immediately stunned from response. You can't chain him up and he survives, time walks off, and it would be a complete and utter disaster. But even still, that is the Faceless Void gone for a minute, and immediately Nadeh goes straight into this Roche bit. It looks like the boys are aware of this though. They're TPing up to the triangle. Dive forward there from Matatimo. They spot it all out. Even the Mormons Kisses do get committed just to force them out of the pit. Sunstrike as well, just for a little bit of added flair. Like, yeah, you better run. You better run. Get out of here. That's those couple of spells, just enough to force them out of the pit. So Don actually jumping forwards here onto the Centaur Wall Run with the Ice Blast on top. Stampede not going to be enough to get him out of the radius just in time. But he does manage to escape. But that is Stampede now on cooldown for 1.5 minutes. Oh, jump forward to Matatimo. Going to try to focus on Delora. He's getting pretty far away from the rest of his squad. But the Sunstrike on top, not enough damage to get the kill. Nice jump forward there from Anthony to finish him off with the Hoof Stomp and the Double Edge. Taking down that Ancient Apparition, and now it's possible that they could actually go Roshan themselves. All 5 of them up, 5 versus 4. They've got Egg, they've got the Chronosphere. So it feels like they probably could if they wanted to. And they're going to go for a smoke now, so maybe that is going to be they're just going to go straight into the pit. As soon as they get into that pit, the scan immediately comes down there. So they know exactly where they are. The Stroke of Fate as well connects onto 2 of them. Don, with the Ink Spell on top, is going to jump on in, try and engage. Gets the initial stun. The Dragon Form there immediately pop with the BKB. They're going to try and turn this around. Baby Rabbit gets in there. Immediately stunned though there for the right clicks on Look Alive. They're going to try and set up Hex and even jumps on in. The Egg off to the side. The Requiem does manage to pop there, but the Egg will successfully pop the side, stuns onto 3 of them, holding Hex in the jump forward there from Anthony. They're going to have the control, they take him down. The Chronosphere comes out from Look Alive. They're going to focus onto Don. He's got the Ink Spell on top of him though, so he's going to get that initial stun to get him out there. Meanwhile, Matatimo, he actually just burns down the first life there of Baby Rabbit. He will manage to blink out and disengage, but even still, another core dying. Not a single member from the boys getting dropped, and they go straight into the Roche pit to finish it off. And that will now be Aegis in the hands of Look Alive. And that's a pretty damn good fight. And that is the benefit of having this superior team fight, is that you can have those sort of fights. I guess they just didn't realise that the Egg was there, because it was off like to the side here, so they didn't actually have the vision. So maybe they just didn't know. That's why they were sort of like hanging about. Because that Egg stun just holding Hexen in place, setting up for Anthony to get the jump. Or Anton Hay. Antu Hay. It's still, the gold disparity is still pretty damn even. But even still, it feels like if all of these ultimates are available, look, the boys are just going to be that much more ahead, in my opinion, when it comes down to those fights. But as soon as these are all on cooldown, that's the time when Nadeh can really start looking for some engagements and trying to pick some people off. That Sentry Wall got placed, but I don't think they actually checked. I suppose it was night time, because that ward should really have been gone. Maybe still, that's the power of night, keeping wards alive. So Look Alive actually working in towards his own BKB now, just to try and avoid just the sheer amount of lockdown that Nadeh have. Oh, jeez, look at that. The jump force actually gets a double stun with Mormons Kisses coming out on top. They're going to have the damage to burst down Andrew before any sort of response can come in. And he also just charges forwards with Yalaku on top of him, just chucks down Delora. Both the supports are already gone. The Egg gets dropped off to the side, and the 3 cores just have to completely disperse and run in opposite directions. Don is being chased down though, with the Spirit Vessel on top. His Blink Dagger just constantly getting ticked down. He will get caught. 3 heroes dead. More and more fights just keep going into the way of the boys. And it looks like Look Alive, he's actually just found Baby Rabbit, just keeping him in this area. With these goddamn Time Walk bash procs, there's no way that Baby Rabbit can go. It's just Hex and Live, and he is not even bothering to come and help out. He's like, yeah, sorry dude, you're just dead. All the stun control. The the Sunstrike actually misses. And that might actually be enough to keep him alive. Actually, no, never mind. Look alive with that long range zip forward there. Take him down. He's gone for 75 seconds. Oh, the Ice Blast trying to find Matateam in the backlines. They couldn't quite find it though. Tides, he's actually just found Hex and he was trying to cut the creep waves. Thinking about popping that Requiem, but we'll decide not to. Blinks off to the side. And with that BKB, it was still activated even still. So he does manage to survive that one. You know, look alive. He actually shots one. He gets the chrono onto both the supports. The Sunstrike committed there onto Deloro. Probably should have been used onto Anduin really, but never mind. It looks like look alive. He does still have this Aegis though. With the Tornado, making a bit of space. Thinking about re-engaging there. Hexen is just forced backwards. Just the Cold Snap just being such a goddamn nuisance. Can't quite get closest to anybody. But still, no Wraith King, no Ancient Apparition. That's just going to be a free tier 3 tower falling down. And it just feels like there's nothing that Nadeh could do to really stop this from happening. Yeah, they will just watch as their ranged barracks falls. Just a few seconds left before the Wraith King and the Ancient Apparition do finally respawn. Actually, Hexen, he's been caught down bottom for the Tornado there. Hexen just trying to call through, does still have his BKB. He's going to pop it and just go for the TP out. So there is no way to cancel that without the Faceless Void nearby. But it looks like they might just start focusing onto this tier 2 at the bot lane. I think they still have the Aegis online, don't they? Yeah, they still have Aegis for another minute. They don't even need the Faceless Void here to secure the tier 2 tower. All of their other teamfight ultimates are back online. It's just that Chronosphere that's still down for another 78 seconds. The Baby Rabbit's still trying to build up into his own BKB. About 300 gold away now, or 400 I should say. You think he wanted those creeps, but they decided to turn around and he's like, I can't be asked. They can go, whatever. Well, both these two guys are under vision. The entirety of the boys realise they're here. Tide's going straight for Hexen. Realising the BKB still going to be on cooldown just for 3 more seconds though. I think they're to burst him down in time though. The jump force there from Don, making the space. The BKB's back up. He's going to pop it and try and retreat out of it. No, the stun there from Anthony holding Don down. Play Sunstrike missing yet again actually. Baby Rabbit trying to make a little bit of space as well. And they will just allow everybody to disengage. Aegis now also reclaimed there. Even still, it looks like the this tier 2 is not going to be long for this world. Unless Nadeh are going to make some sort of crazy play to try and defend it, but I don't think they will. Oh. That's a 9-second BKB wasted. I don't even know which button he tried to press. Boots, maybe? Tried to go for the old mana swap? I don't know. That's going to feel bad. Score, it's 1 game up for Nadeh squad, the Radiant. Or Rabbit stack, I should say. No. Yeah. I say Rabbit stack, but it's just Rabbit was the leader. So finally BKB now online for Rabbit. AC is his next item. Hex actually online now for Hexen. Very fitting. They're going to go for a 4-man smoke play. See if they can find any sort of pick off. I think maybe they just saw a glimpse of the Snapfire there of that ward. So they're going to start making a beeline over towards this area. There are quite a few heroes here. Looking like actually this is going to be a perfect target if they can get the initiation onto him. You can get rid of that Faceless Void. Look like he's got that sixth sense. He just knows something's up. Just farming the way by zipping in and out there. Hexen, he's going to find the initiation there. He actually pops the Hex as well as the Yule Scepter with the Requiem off the side of the Stampede. It's enough damage to burst him down. The Faceless Void is gone. The rest of the squad now just need to get the hell out of there. Losing their main source of damage. The Silence and the Leash keeping them both locked in. Matateam though able to dive away. Nice cookies. The BKB actually forced to use there just to get the break. Aeon display onto Matateemo. But the two supports are just scrambling to try and survive this situation. I don't think they will. AC actually escapes for now. But he's still just going to get hunt down to the ends of the earth. Dive in that tier 2 tower. He will get caught. And like, do they have enough damage? Baby Rabbit's like, guys, help me. Maybe with that joint damage, they probably could have taken that tower down. But even still, really nice moves there from Nadeh. Able to pick off 3 heroes without losing a single one in return. There was the Hex reveal, but 100% worth it. I don't Okay, so I guess the Hex with the Yule Scepter was just to make sure that when he comes down from the Yules, there's no way that he could pop his BKB and survive. So it does make perfect sense about why he stacked them. Actually, oh, Hexen. Getting gone on there a little bit by Tides, but he just turns around with his own scythe and is like, stay away. Don also trying to get the grab there, but just not quite fast enough. As the Evoker's able to slip on out. So now it feels like the next big thing in this game is going to be the next Roshan, and that's a very, very quick respawn timer actually. Already up in only 10 seconds. Whoever scouts this out first is going to get that nice juicy bounty. All Tides. Jump forward there from Hex and a Baby Rabbit. The trees! They blocks the vision. He's going to be able to get out there, pops his BKB, and he is actually away nice and safe. That was just, I think, luck of the path, and they got him out there. Now that the rest of the squad is here to try and make some sort of counterplay. Baby Rabbit. Gets on the line, but Hexen actually going to jump forward here with the Cypher Vice, going to try and control him up. Hexen, though, going to try and pop the Requiem BKB, but the BKB was already there from Lookalive to hold him in place. Now the Chronosphere gets dropped. Sunstrike on top as well. He gets immediately burst down. Gone for 90, but does have a buyback. But it looks like the entire squad's going to keep pushing this bot lane. The Chrono and Stampede was used. They still got the Egg and Mortimer's Kisses combo, though. Look like, but he spots out Don hiding behind the trees, forcing him to pop that dragon form a little bit early. Inkstar also used, but this feels like a really awkward, clunky engagement here. Goes fast, only connected to the back line, so immediately Look Live's just beating into this, beating into the Dragon Knight, forces the buyback there onto the Shadow Fiend. Look Live's trying to crawl away super slowly. I don't know why he couldn't just jump out. Was he hit by the Soulbind? I think he had Soulbind on top of him. He just could not leap out. Now Matatimo's going to get ran down. No chance for the poor old Phoenix to escape. Meanwhile, Baby Rabbit was actually just pushed in the mid lane, take down the tier 2 tower. A little bit of damage onto tier 3 as well. Ah, now you see. Oh! That Blade Dagger timing actually escapes it. Lovely, lovely quick fingers there from him. Keeps him alive. There was a gem on the ground though. Hexen, he's been able to find the grab. Anthony, thinking about jumping in to save him, but he knows if he jumps in, he'll only die as well. Absolutely no point. Actually, he could have jumped in, maybe gone for the Stampede play. But even still, another 3 pickoffs there from Nadeh. That's 2 pretty tasty engagements in a row now. And Roshan's up. This is just going to be a free Aegis, Cheese, and Aghanim Shard. Now, who do they give the Shard over to? Fireball seems pretty crap nowadays. No one goes for it. Presence of Dark Lord lowers magic resistance by 14. They could be quite nice to try and go for the Requiem plays. Also combos up with the Ice Blast. So that's not too bad. Delora's already got his. And Anduin's already got his. Okay, so pretty much has to just be Hexen, right? There's no one else. He's probably asking people now, like, guys, does anyone want this? He's like, nope, I've got it, I've got it, I've got it, and mine's shit. It's now a bit of extra pressure now for the side of the boys to try and make these next few engagements really worthwhile. They've got to find some nice tasty pickoffs, but now they've got to work around the fact that there's Aegis and Cheese into the hands of the Shadow Fiend. Actually, does he? He's just got the Aegis. I think the Wraith King serves the Cheese. No, the Dragon Knight's the Cheese. Yeah, okay. Dragon Knight's the Cheese, plus the gem. Even just sat in his back pocket, maybe just try and move around. Actually, up top, looks like they tried to go for the Requiem play there onto Lookalive. He was able to get his BKB off on time. Lookalive just slowly running to Hexen, keeping his BKB off cooldown. Now the jump forwards here with the engagement. The Cypher Vice already there from Tide. Can try first side. Hex, he's shooting off the side though. His first life will go. Mortimer's Kiss is raining down on top, but the BKB's there for Baby Rabbit, not doing any damage whatsoever. And Lookalive, he just gets mowed down. He's leashed, so he can't time walk away. Completely held in place, no HP regeneration. Now Hexen comes back alive, no BKB. They're going to have enough damage to take him down though, but Baby Rabbit jumping straight on towards Tide, making enough space for the Shadow Fiend to keep himself up. Baby Rabbit, though, not going to be so lucky. He will drop down. The buyback from Look Alive, not able to find the grab. Baby Rabbit's been able to get himself out there. Anthony finds the grab there onto Anduin. That's just the support. Not the grab at all they were looking for. Oh, Hexen. Oh, Tides just didn't quite know he was there. Able to escape. And that's, again, another fantastic fight there. Actually, I say that. They did lose 3. I mean, they lost the Aegis. I think they expended Cheese. Actually, I don't think the Dragon Knight was even there. But I mean, they both survive. Obviously, Aegis gone, but there was a buyback on the Faceless Void. If they kill Look Alive now, this game could just be over. I mean, they have enough DPS at this point just to push down mid and probably just end it if they get a successful team fight. So a lot of pressure now on Look Alive to make sure he's not in any sort of particularly awful situations. Hexen? They saw him on that ward. They're going to jump forward. Look Alive not going to bother popping his ultimate though. The whole team's just chasing after him, trying to lock down. They will now drop the Chronosphere. He is dead, and he actually brought back one of the previous engagements. He's gone for 2 minutes now. But even still, I mean, it is the fact that there is no Chronosphere available for this next fight. So we'll see if the boys care about that, and if they're going to try and push with the Shadow Fiend down for such a long duration. I mean, they've still got Mormons Kisses, eggs up in 10 seconds as well. I'm still really quite surprised that Tides hasn't gone for the Aghanim Scepter yet. Unless he's just outright bought it as his courier. Yeah, okay, he's got it coming out now. Okay, so he's gonna have Cataclysm online for when the next engagement is. Anthony, he jumps in, gets a nice double stun there onto the Dragon Knight and the Wraith King. But no other sort of follow-up. Meanwhile, though, Look Alive, he's just beaten into the tier 3. All this space being made for the rest of the squad. Maybe think about forcing them to go back. They would switch back and immediately Look Like he's going to go straight back onto beating down the buildings. Meanwhile, the first half, the Red King's actually gone. They don't even need the Faceless Void. The egg also dropped at the back lines. Mormon's Kiss is coming out as well. Chokes it down on towards Don. Anthony might drop, but the egg pop is there. Can give him the little help they have. The Cataclysm on top, holding 2 of them down. Not enough damage to take them both out just yet, but Anthony is actually away. Somehow still alive. One more right click. It's not enough to take him. And Baby Rabbit actually dies. Going to be forced to buy back here. Don's trying to make as much work as he possibly can. Meanwhile, though, he's actually going to try and force Look Alive to stop beating these buildings. What can he do? Look Alive doesn't even care. Without that leash mechanic and the silence, there's nothing to stop this Faceless Void, and he just time walks out. And now the rest of the squad beating into the tier 3 of the bot lane. Nadeh's squad, they're like a goddamn yo-yo. Top, bottom. The Ice Blast perfectly on target. Takes down Anthony. Teammate, even just a friendly tip for his teammate. Now Look Alive, he's got a Satanic online. Obviously, that's not going to do much if you're hit by that Ice Blast. You ain't going to heal jack with that on you. I mean, the base took a heavy beating there from the side of Nadeh's squad. And that was also a buyback from the Wraith King. So if they can find Baby Rabbit one more time, they could just close out this game. I think the buyback's still 2 minutes away actually from Hexen. So if they find either one of these kills, it could do a devastating amount of damage to the base, if not just end the game. Especially seems like Chrono's about to be back up in just a few seconds. Cataclysm's also going to be back up online. Pretty much, yeah, the entirety of the team fight there from the boys will be fully functional again in just a short amount of time. And the Hexen, he's trying to build into this Arcane Blink. 2, 8, 3, 5, 4, 5. Still 1,000 gold away from being able to just buy it. But then if he does that, he's not going to have a buyback, and I think he sort of needs it. Obviously, Shadow Fiend is one of those heroes where it feels kind of rough to have to buy back because you come back into it and you don't have any souls to really do that much damage. With your Rec Room, yeah, it's kind of clunky. But even still, just the gold lead is super goddamn even. What's Gaben say on the win percentage? Still 40-60. I mean, you can see this game is just like whoop, whoop, whoop. Just yo-yoing all over the place. Just a barely anything XP advantage. Gold is still super duper even as well. I mean, down to pen and paper, you don't normally get this close games at 45 minutes in. Still anybody's opportunity to take this one. Still another minute and 40 seconds as well before the potential of the next Roche. It looks like the boys are just doing a very slow push to this bot lane. There is actually quite a few members of Nadeh squad that are pretty far away. There are a couple of them on TV back, just Don and Delora for now. The alacrity on the catapult there. Jesus, look at that damage. Just melts those buildings away. I can't click on the siege creep. The one that I actually wanted to there with the alacrity. He was still chipping away at it. The tier 2 up top there does fall down. But even still, now the mini barracks is taking a beating. The time walk just slowly beating down onto the range barracks. God damn, that carty. Just so strong. Just those giga catapults. Tide's just chopping down the triple meatball. The IKEA special. Just to push out the wave. And damn man, I am getting hungry as well. I need some food. Yes I do. Yes I do. Looks like there was actually a smoke play here from Nadeh. I'm not sure what they're going to be able to find though. They don't really have that much vision out on the map. Just really quite defensive. They got quite a fair bit of vision at the top lane. And they will actually now just spot out Matatimo and they're pinging them out. So they're on the hunt now for this Phoenix. Only quarter duration of the smoke left. AC actually now going to show himself as well. Oh, Matatimo. Long dive forward just to force Hexen off to the side. It's making him poop himself. That's what you got to do. You got to keep everyone on your toes. Keep them stressed. Keep them thinking at any moment you could just come out of nowhere and just kill him. Just take him out. Oh, I see. You get an immediate jump there from Tom. He's trying to go for the D-ward. Take away a bit of damage. Looking like also here. But nice use of the Lotus Sword. Gets a reflection. I think he's still going to end up burning down here. Gone for 8 seconds. Will buy back. Try and help out the rest of his team. Aeon disc there onto Matatimo. Has to just Icarus dive off to the side. Actually comes all the way back. I'm not quite sure who they want to engage onto. Now Big Rabbit does start focusing onto the egg, but immediately they're going to be there to try and make a little bit of space. The Hex is going to be enough to keep him in range of the egg. He will. He pops and he gets held in place. Hexen pops the Wrecking, trying to make some space as well. But the BKBs, as well as the Cataclysm, the Chronosphere on top, holding them both into place. Looks like Don's not going to be so lucky. The entire score focusing down. Actually gets that cheese off just in a matter of time. He's going to be alive for now. Tide's just able to slip away. Don's not going to be so lucky. Neither is Hexen. They are both gone. There is a buyback still for the Dragon Knight if they want to use it. And I think the boys probably going to force that out of them. Roshan is up in 37 seconds. They've used all of their ultimates, and this whole lineup is extremely dependent on their big skills. Big spells, I should say. But it does look like the Nadeh squad are interested whatsoever on trying to take down this building. Oh wow! The Dark Portrait, as well as the Swell, was enough actually to get the kill onto AC, and the Hex regen onto it. It could just stand its ground. It's just so goddamn strong. The Assault Bite actually onto the side there. Kets onto the 2. The buyback as well from Don. He wants to try and get close up. He will. Just in time to get the grab there onto Look Live. They burst him down. Gone for 2 minutes. Matatimo just able to get the jump off. But Baby Rabbit on the chase. Trying to find him. Tide's just dropping a few spells to make a little bit of space. And he will be away. But even still, finding that very high priority kill of the Faceless Void. Taking him down. And Roshan just respawning as well. This could be the perfect opportunity for Nadeh to take this big objective without the Faceless Void. He does have buyback. But even if he did, no chrono. No egg for 20. But maybe that's just not enough for them to commit that hard onto the Roshan just yet. Baby Rabbit. He's got a Swift Blink queued up, as well as a Abyssal. I'm assuming he's going to finish the Abyssal first. Seeing as though he's already got the Basher just pre-built, you may as well just upgrade that extra slot. I mean, they're both upgrading the slot, but I don't know. Maybe you could touch go for the Swift Blink instead. Go for like maximum burst DPS, whoever they get to catch onto. Because that is the aim of the game. They've got to initiate onto someone and they've got to kill them super damn quick before any sort of response. And they've gone straight into this Roche bit now. The Scando has actually connected from the rest of the squad. They've got to be quick. They want to scout this out. Tice isn't just thrown in. Actually, dive there from Matatimo. They get the spawn to quite a few of them. Anthony jumping in here. They're going to start the engagement. The Cataclysm on top does quite a bit of damage with the Baby Rabbit. But even still, Anthony is trying to tank through this. The Meatball as well as the Echo Blast. Not going to be enough to get any kill. The first life of the Wraith King has gone. The egg pops, but too soon. Doesn't get the follow-up stun. In on this pop, though. They're both popping. Tides is going to try and walk us out. He's in the middle of everyone taking so much goddamn damage. He's not going to be very lucky to get himself out of there. The double Dark Portrait as well, just charging forwards with the Inks on top. Focus onto Matatimo. Don also finding the grab down to Yaces. He's come back into this. And the whole squad just needs to get the hell out of there. Baby Rabbit is like, you ain't going nowhere. He's dead. Matatimo silenced up. The Inkswell collects. He's dead as well. 4 people dying for the boys. Not getting any sort of pick off in return. Just the first life for the Wraith King. And that is what happens when you try and fight without your Faceless Void in that chrono. Absolutely really costly. And now it's going to be Aegis, Cheese, and Ags. All in the hands there of Nadeh. Which is very, very scary. Look, I've sent his illusion into the pit. Because you never know. Maybe they forgot to pick something up. Obviously they didn't, but you just never know. Alright, so now he's got the upgraded Workroom. So what does actually make the maximum souls? Is it just up it by 5? Because it doesn't actually say the number. You hold alt? No. I suppose we'll see if he gets any more. Yeah, okay. So it just increases it by 5. But obviously each one is like 2 souls or something. 2 souls is 1 line. Unit. Souls reduce can do several damage, several lines of energy. Any damage reduction will be feared. Now it's being reduced. 3 shiny hit. Lines of energy created for every soul captured. Oh, so every soul. So there's actually going to be 25 individual bits of damage coming through, which is pretty damn scary. Okay, Rabbit. It's actually engaging here onto Look Alive. The jump force there from Don as well. Not going to be able to find anything. But still, just both teams are just so damn scary. I don't know if is the buyback back on for Baby Rabbit now? I guess his buyback's actually back off cooldown. I imagine Look Alive's is probably back as well. Yeah, it was in that previous fight. So once again, this game could just go on for like another 20 or so minutes. Because there'll be one team fight, there'll be a lot of buybacks. Unless there's like an immediate second victory for that team, the game will just get stalled out even further. So we're most likely going to see those tier 5 items, boys. It's not something you get to see very often. But we might be blessed with it this time. Hexen not even caring about haste runes at this point in the game. It's like, psh, had enough from game number 1. You don't need any more. So you see just the Shadow Fiend and the Wraith King just sat right at the top of that net worth. Hexen just soaking up so much farm. Actually building the Refresher Orb as his next item just to take up that Aegis slot. And I think he's probably got enough to just buy it outright, right? So that's 16, 3.2, 4.2, yeah, 5.2. He does actually have enough just to buy it outright, but obviously he won't have enough for the buyback, which is pretty damn crucial at this point in the game. But despite the fact they've still got this Aegis, they've still got the cheese, they're not quite eager to make any sort of moves happen. They've got it for another 2 minutes. But it looks like they are actually going to now, with this smoke play. Just 4 of them. They're leaving the Ancient Apparition in the mid, just to slowly push out the waves and not make this move too obvious. It looks like they're actually going to find Look Alive. Absolutely fantastic hero to first see, but he reads the move, immediately just goes for the BKB TP out. And, oh, Baby Rabbit just could not get there close enough there with the bash. Maybe if he had the Abyssal Blade, it could have found the grab. But even still, Look Alive just barely escaping there. But both teams are just putting so much emphasis on dodging each other. Just nobody's that interested in trying to take some sort of big 5-on-5 fight. A refresher orb even queued up there for Tides. Just going to go for that sort of big Chronosphere Cataclysm combo to just blow anybody up. Especially supports. If either of the two supports get caught out, they will just die in that sort of situation. There is no hope in hell of surviving it. Only 4 more minutes until we get them big items. So what's all like the big items are either team really going to be looking out for? Obviously, Ex Machina always pretty goddamn ridiculous to get. Giant's Ring would be pretty solid for either team. You can put it in the hands of the Wraith King or like the Centaur. Oh, Hexen. Oh, it's just Matatibo. Tides is coming in though. Are they going to have damage to try and burst him down here? They're going to jump forwards. They've got the Hex to start things off. They can try and burst down. The Meteor Hammer, the Egg. It's going to be enough burst damage. They get rid of the Aegis. The rest of the squad are all TPing in here. They want to try and make this fight happen. Look like already dropping down the Chronosphere with the Cataclysm on top. It's going to be enough damage. They do. They take him down. He's gone. The Grimstroke also dying in the back lines. Baby Rabbit's diving in deep as well with Don. They want to try and get this grab onto the Invoker if they can. Tide's going to try and run over, but he's not going to be able to. He gets taken down. Don, though, getting focused up. Egg also getting dropped off in the back lines. The buyback from Hexen. They want to try and take some people down as best they can. Tide's also buying back. The Egg does pop. Not going to catch up to Don, though. He's still run off on the back lines. He will just get beat down there from Looklive. He's gone for 2 minutes. No buyback. Hexen's also brought back into this. Actually able to hide himself in the trees, but no. He does get spot out. Oh, able to get Blink off yet again. He's going to try and TP out. Oh, the Deafening Blast is not going to be enough to hold him. He still manages to get out there. Baby Rabbit, though, he's completely left alone from the rest of his squad. His second life will come back up. I don't think there's any sort of hope in hell's chance he's going to survive this. And he's gone as well. 2 minutes. Jeez, if Hexen died there, this is a GG. I would just call... Well, I wouldn't call GG, but I would pretty much say it's GG. You wouldn't have a Grimstroke or... your Shadow Fiend to try and defend. But obviously there is no ultimates left for the boys. But it doesn't matter. They're just going to carry on pushing down through the spot lane, try and secure Megas. The buyback already there from Don. I'm sure they're going to leave the buyback for Baby Rabbit as long as possible to try and get as better fight as they possibly can. Oh, look like jumping forward. Just pulling onto Laura. Actually dive forward there from Matatibo as well. Is going to have burst damage. Actually even jumping as well just to finish him off, forcing the buyback. The buyback also for Baby Rabbit. They want to try and take this fight now. Anthony going to pop his BKB and try and walk out there. The Glyph as well, just keeping the buildings alive for now. Look like Objective Doa trying to be into the buildings. Dodges off the stun there, but he's leashed up. He can't go anybody. And he's wrecking on top. It's enough damage. They burst him down. He's gone for 100 seconds. Does have a buyback if he wants to. Matatibo will get caught before that leaps back off online. The Tornado not going to be enough. But it's just the range barracks left. And it looks like the entirety of Nadeh's squad are just going to try and get what they can. Buyback used on Shadow Fiend, used on Baby Rabbit, used... I think it's used on everyone. I think it is used on everyone. Buyback status. Yep. Everybody on the side of Nadeh's squad have used their buyback now. It's still available though for the Centaur, the Phoenix, and the Faceless Void. And I'm sure Baby Rabbit's objective here is just to try and force it out if he possibly can. Yeah, oh, actually, what was that? Anthony, he just gets a solo kill into Laura. He's gone for 2 minutes. Although Hexen is TPing here, they're going to try and find him. It doesn't last very long though with the status resistance. They're going to try and burst him down. Baby Rabbit's here as well, beating into the Centaurs. There's too much damn damage to deal with. He does die. Does still have a buyback though. So Laura dropping that tip. But I mean, that move did really force everybody back down towards the bottom lane, securing the safety of the Faceless Void's buyback. So really, that was 100% worth it. Fantastic. Well, I imagine he probably just wanted to get the kill. I'm not sure if there was like super mind games that he actually calculated that exact move. But that's how it turned out. There, 60-minute mark, in comes the tier 5 items. Force Boots, Ballista, Apex, and Pirate's Hat. Already, all 4 of them have been found there from Nadeh's squad. Just the Ballista, which I'm sure they're going to give over to the Shadow Fiend. He doesn't care about Quicken Enchant at this point in the game, does he? Ballista surely just that good. It would work so damn great, especially in the hands of the Shadow Fiend. Extra attack range. knockback as well as bonus damage. Pure damage at that. Fantastic item. Would be very surprised if they don't. Oh, actually, Tides, force to pop his BKB and try and just walk him out of there. And he will make it. And there was what has the boys found? All they found is actually Fallen Sky at the moment. They need to try and kill some creeps and find these items as fast as they can. Stygian Desolator. Pretty damn nice for the Faceless Void. Going to help them burst people down. 10 armor reduction. Then he finds the Pirate Hat. I mean, what's actually better for him? The bonus 150 attack speed or the plus 60 damage plus armor reduction? Probably that. Just going to cycle out the Pirate's Hat just to get that guaranteed booty. And then the Axe Machina. Right. Okay, so then who's going to take the Ex Machina? Probably Tides, right? Or was he going to keep the Fallen Sky? I'd assume you'd give the Fallen Sky... You'd give the Fallen Sky to the Centaur, wouldn't you? Or maybe they just want it on Tides to the fact that he didn't have a Blink Dagger already, so it just helps him with his own bit of maneuverability. Giving pretty much everybody some sort of jump. It's just poor old... Actually, no, even AC has his own Blink Dagger. Keep pressing the wrong goddamn button. Like I said, should give the Ex Machina over towards Matatimo. Well, TP's back there, just at the bot lane. Obviously, definitely if it's a catapult wave, you want to make sure you kill those things before they end up just giving away free megas. But Roshan, number 4, is up. Aegis, Cheese, a Refresher Shard, and Aghanim Scepter, all ready for the taking. Who's going to get what? As it does not look like Nadeh Squad are going to be able to get over it, even if they knew this was happening. Good lord, look how fast this thing dies! It's that damage from Lookalike, absolutely disgusting. So he takes the Aegis himself. He's got his own Refresher Orb, which is pretty goddamn high meta, to be honest. As the Chrono is just your team's biggest second ultimate, even keeping the Refresher Shard. So potential of the triple Refresher Orb there. Anthony, no, it doesn't have cheese. It looks like AC actually has the cheese. I'm not sure who they gave the Aghanim Scepter. I think, yeah, they gave the Aghanim Scepter over towards AC as well. So just going to have that gobble up potential with an extra bit of engagement. Or just the ability to toss creeps in as well. That's also pretty damn good. Just as an extra long range stun. But now Nadeh Squad, they have got to be quaking in their boots a little bit now. All that potential items online for the boys. But I mean, even if they get, like, they're up against Megas, it's not really the end of the world. It's like a 60-minute plus game. It's not going to have the hugest amount of impact. Should be able to defend against Mega Creeps relatively easily. Oh. Looking like just poking onto the range barracks, trying to force it down. Got to be careful those there. Abyssal Blade. You pop the Lincoln Sphere. Which actually, who got the Lincoln Sphere? It's actually the Lincoln Sphere there from Anthony, giving Lookalike that little bit of extra protection. And as soon as that's back alight, he's going to do it again. He's going to 100% do this again. There you go, it's online. He's going to jump in, whacks it, finishes it. The Lotus Orb even returning there, the Yule Scepter. Now he's going to pop down the Chronosphere, going to focus down on towards Hexen. Before he's got Magic, but he's gone for 2 minutes. And now Donnie's caught out. He's going to just pop his BKB if he can. It's actually got, he's just stun locked 2 down, but it's endless. The egg also caught there to the side, forcing everybody else on the side of Nadeh Squad back. They can't get in there whatsoever. Focusing down to that Dark Portrait as well. Refresher Shard. Not actually going to be popped yet by Lookalive. He will now use it. As there is the jump forwards there from Big Rabbit as well as Don. Just force what they can. The spell there. The second usage there of the Chronosphere catches on to all the supports as well as Baby Rabbit. They take down Anduin. He's also got no buyback. Don is going to get focused. No buyback. This is an absolute disaster for Nadeh. They're going to try and do what they can. They're even dying in the goddamn fountain. The disrespect. Allura dies. The first life for Baby Rabbit is gone. There is the Aegis pop there from the Faceless Void, but another Refresher Shard gets used. A third and final Chronosphere to end this game. As he is gone. And that is... Actually, buyback Hexen, he wants to try and do something and see what he can. I think the fear actually pushes Matatimo into the pit. They get the kill. And look like he's getting pretty low. He kills him. He actually takes him down. There is a buyback, obviously. Is that going to be enough? Probably not. As now the Ancient Scam focus up. Matatimo even just coming in there with the bots. He gets called out. He's there. GG is finally called. And that is the boys coming back and taking this game number 2. I say coming back. They were like, it's pretty even the entire time. But I mean, after that game number 1, they seemed pretty demoralized. But this second game, absolutely fantastic showing from them. Just incredible amount of team fight. Absolutely ridiculous amount of team fight. And especially when you've got like multiple refresher orbs plus refresher shards, 3 chronos to close out the end of the game. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, fantastic showing there from the boys, taking game number 2. And that is a 1-for-1 split, 1 game each, as I'm sure these are best of 2s. I'm pretty damn sure. I don't know. But, yeah, fantastic game. Well played to both these 2 teams.